another episode of the Lab Review. Today, of course, I'm joined by my lovely co-host. We have
Welcome back to another episode of the Lab Review. We're your hosts, La Ramsey, Ari, and Britt.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuned in to the Lab Review. I am here with my co-host,
La Ramsey,
Ari.
and it's me, your girl Britt.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Lab Review. We're your hosts, La Ramsey, Ari, and Britt. As you can see by our desired destinations in the background, this episode is all about vacations. Uh-oh. La Ramsey is ready. I was wondering if I should tune something up. And when I think about summertime, when I think about vacation, there is just one song that really comes to my mind. And I'm going to see if I can cue it up for you all real quick. When I think about the breeze and relaxing wherever I might be, this is just...
Drums, please.
I was like, I can't hear nothing.
Just a bit of a break from the norm. Just a little something to break the monotony of all that hardcore dance that has gotten to be a little bit out of control. It's cool to dance.
All right, well, we don't own any rights, so we're going to go ahead and end that here. But you get the idea. Just relaxing and thinking not about work or any responsibilities, just being free. That's what I think about. So I kind of want to get an idea. I'm going to talk all things vacations with you ladies today. So, where do I want to start? Let's start with dream vacations. Britt, tell us.
Girl.
Yes, girl. Tell us your dream vacation, at least one place that is a dream that you want to go.
Ooh, so for a while it's been Turks and Caicos, and that's about to come true because I have a wedding there in 2023, so I'm excited.
Okay.
A destination wedding there. Also Greece. Greece is on the list. Egypt is on the list. I know we spoke about that one before. What else? I think those three. Top three.
Okay, all right. What about you, man, with your shades on already on the beach?
I done got mine.
Both of y'all got, what my shades? Anyway, La Ramsey, we want to know. I see you already on a tropical island somewhere. Tell us your dream location. Dream vacation location. Dream vacation location.
So I think for me, I would like to go to Seychelles off the east coast of Africa, or Fiji, something exotic, something far, far away.
Oh, I forgot about Bora Bora. Yes, that's so top 4.
Yeah, Bora Bora, yes. What about you, Ari?
Well, for me, you see, this picture is kind of giving me like a Greece vibe. I don't know if this is actually in Greece, but definitely I would have to say Greece is at the top of my list. One would have been Italy, but I've been there and fallen in love with places that I did not even know I would like. Lake Como, you know, you have Bellagio and all those islands. It's such a beautiful place. So that's my favorite. And then it's always been a desire of mine to go to Africa. I've been to West Africa, but I also like to go to South Africa and other parts of the continent as well. So those are kind of my top. So I'm checking them off a little bit at a time, getting them down.
Yeah, your background does give me Mykonos because of the blue.
It's so blue, right?
Yeah, and the blue painting that they have.
Yeah.
It looks like Mykonos, but it could be anywhere in Greece.
Yeah. So I definitely say if I could go there, and I'd be in heaven. I think I would be. I think I'd love it. So we'll see what the future holds. I'm trying to be like Brit. Like she already has like trips planned out through like 2023. I'm like, well, come on now. Come on,
Yeah, like seriously, I guess because of the pandemic, people are like planning their destination weddings, birthday parties. My brother turns 50 this year, and of course we're taking it back to Costa Rica for him. So I don't know, in November.
Absolutely.
So,
Going back.
yep, Jamaica in July, Costa Rica in November.
Awesome. Well, while we're speaking about, you know, trips and COVID and things like that, you know, a lot of people get vaxxed up. And you know, once you get vaxxed up, then you start, the streets are calling my name. I wish I had that to insert, but the streets are calling my name. So, you know, it's like, okay, ooh, where can I go? You got the COVID itch. Not for real, but you know, the itch to travel after you've been vaccinated, you feel like, I just want to go. I just want to go. Now, speaking of traveling, you know, I know that as people are starting to get vaccinated, you know, you start getting that little itch to travel a little bit. You know, it's just like, you know.
It's not calling my name. I'm going to the streets. It's summer. I'm going to the streets. The streets are calling my name. Listen, the streets are calling my name. I'm going to
So I just want to know, are the streets calling y'all name a little bit because it's trying to call my name? All right. Anybody else hear it? Uh-oh.
Oh, shh, don't tell nobody. But I'm going somewhere next week.
Next week. Where you going next week?
Going down to Miami. They're on the beach.
Yummy. I ain't going to I'm going to Delaware to their dirty beach.
Okay, speaking of Florida, I do have a question about travel. And this is on topic, but slightly off topic. But I just want to know, like, when you think about like in the country traveling or outside of the country, when you're deciding on your destinations, do you think about the climate of the area, not necessarily weather climate, but like political climate, the vibe of the country, of the maybe the country or the state you're going to? Let me tell you why I say that. Because Britt mentioned Florida. I like going to Florida. Florida has some of the most beautiful beaches. However, Florida is one of the states that I dislike the most due to the politics, their governor, and certain laws that they have in place in Florida that just kind of rub me the wrong way. So I'm just wondering if you ladies kind of think about that when you're traveling at all.
Well, I ain't going to Florida to be political.
Well, do I want to give them my money though?
Girl, they gonna get your money regardless.
Why? How?
I mean, if you ordered something and the base is in my Florida, you gave them your money.
Well,
It's a reach.
well, and given the fact where you live currently, I mean.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but I live here. I'm not going, I'm about to say I'm coming here. I live here.
Well,
Right.
That's even worse. You should be packing
No,
up
it's
ready to
not.
go.
It's well, why would I go to
You don't
somewhere
have to
else
live there.
that I disagree with even more? I don't know. So I guess I don't care.
Unless I'm going to the city to be political, the state to be political, doesn't bother me.
Well, right, and I
Well,
think it depends on the climate right now. Right now, everybody is cool, but everybody knows Florida. You're gonna get a different vibe wherever you go. Different parts of Florida, you're gonna get a different vibe.
Yeah.
Different.
I'm not trying to go to Pompano Beach.
You're not going to Mar-a-Lago or however you
I'm
call
just-
it.
Biscayne Boulevard, honey. Just but
So
go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Miami. Yeah, it's a secret. Yeah, that's why I had to break it down.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's just a little quick girls get away. They want to drink tequila on the beach. I'm here for it.
Why
Let's
not?
go.
Why not?
Why not? It's a hop, skip, and a jump. Let's go.
Yeah, and by the time this airs, you'll be back home. But
Gotta be out of the bag.
Back planning my next trip, right?
Exactly. So we've kind of talked about dream destinations. So I want to know.
Ooh, worst place you ever been?
There you go. Tell us.
The worst place I've ever been. Ooh, worst. Damn, that's hard.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me it would be Miami spring break back in college. That probably
That
was
the worst?
That was the worst trip. Yeah, I don't think I meshed well with a whole bunch of people, and then so many rowdy, drunk, ready to fight. Those type. I think I could have been somewhere else. I'm sure South Beach is great outside of spring break, but I was probably, well beyond my time even at that age.
You know you're an old spirit. So
Uh-uh.
Like
I am too.
I feel like maybe worst trips would be like any poor country that I visited. Like, I just lost my train of thought. What is it? Dominica. It's like a country called Dominica or whatever. Or like, that was one of them. It was another place that we've been to. But like, just really poor countries, like, it's not a bad trip. It's just, I hate to see that people, live that way. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
And as far as girls' trips or like any kind of gathering, like what you just mentioned, La Ramsey, I feel like I'm very adaptable. And in my mind is like, I'm going home I'm going home tomorrow. Like this, I don't live with these people. Like I'm going home. Like it'll be okay. So I haven't had any bad trips if things aren't, like I feel like I can maneuver and do what I want to do. Like I don't have to stay with the group, if it was a group trip. So I don't have any bad.
Yeah, ours wasn't the fact that it was the group trip. Ours was just all the other college students.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and all the non-college students that just wanted to come.
Right.
To be around the college students. So yeah, it was cool beyond that. And then it got to be a little too ratchet.
Okay. Yeah, I can't do too ratchet.
Yeah, we were seeing people that we know didn't go to school in Atlanta. We were like, oh, so you go on spring break too? But you're not even a student up there.
That is hilarious. How about you, Ari?
I've never had, I say maybe experience. It wasn't necessarily the location. It was the experience.
Right.
In New Orleans, which is one of my favorite places, as we talked about before, within the country to go. But only because it was like a last minute decision, and like I didn't like the hotel, and it was like
so you're a hotel snob.
I'm not a hotel snob. I don't know how many people would have actually liked this hotel. It was in Metairie. No offense to anyone, but it was not like, in the main area. So it was like the location, it wasn't the best. And, like in relation to where everything was going on. And then it was just like, it ended up being okay because it was like a mixture of people kind of coming together, and that I would know, you have your crew that you normally go on certain places with, and it was just like a combination, and it wasn't so great, but you just hung out with who you hang out with, and it was fine. Kind of like you were saying, Britt, just about hanging with your people, and just making the best. So I enjoyed it. But it was just like, the hotel, I really wasn't feeling the hotel, and, just things like that, some of the dynamics, but, it was still a good time. So, but that's probably it. I really had like any.
Oh, I lied.
Okay.
The worst trip, when I almost drowned in Mexico.
Oh, tell us.
I was young, probably like about 12 or 13.
I'm not laughing at what you're saying. I was young. Anyway.
But I feel like, the people who think they know how to swim, but they really just do not know how to swim. So I think I was one of those children, like, if I could do this in 3 feet, of course I could follow these group of girls and swim because I know what I'm doing. And clearly I did it. So they were natives, and they were like obviously pro swimmers because they grew up around the beach area. Well, actually it was a pool, sorry. And I almost drowned. I almost drowned twice. That's probably why I'm so traumatized about
But how did this happen twice? You didn't learn that?
Once was in Mexico in a pool, and the other time was like, was it Pooler? I mean, it was here local, but just the different feats. Like it went from like 5 feet to 8 feet. Like, wait a minute.
You weren't ready. You weren't
ready.
Step down. That step down cut you off guard.
Right. It was the step downs. Both times it was the step downs.
I had that following one of my little white friends in the 2nd or 3rd grade, and I almost drowned.
Yes. And the one here locally, I was on the float, and the float took me over there, and I'm just not paying attention and slipped off the float. But I was not 8 feet tall.
But speaking of childhood, you kind of talked about the first experience happening when you were 12 or whatever. But do y'all have any like particular vacations that stood out to you as kids? Well, Ramsey, we'll start with you. We'll give Britt a chance to think about it.
No, I really don't. I was a military kid, so we traveled anyway. So I lived in Italy as a kid. So no, not really.
Y'all didn't go anywhere that kind of was memorable when you were in Italy?
Nope.
Because the thing about being in Europe is you're so
like, nope.
I know, right? The thing about being in Europe is you're so centrally located to a lot of different places. So that's why I was wondering about that. For me, I could say I just remember like I was a little traumatized. Not by the event, but like annoyed. We went to Busch Gardens. I think it's in Tampa. And anybody, I don't know if y'all ever been there or not. Y'all ever been there? Okay. So I don't know if there's another one somewhere else, but I know that the one we went to, okay. Where's the other one now, Ramsey?
Williamsburg, Virginia.
Okay.
Okay. So the one we went to was in Florida.
Okay.
And I just remember we had a good time. And when we were getting ready to go, we all got souvenirs. I think I got a yo-yo. And as you're leaving in and out, there's like water, like a little side of water on both sides of the entrance and exit. We're leaving out, and I go to play with my yo-yo and drop it directly into one of the sides of the water. And so needless to say, I didn't have a souvenir because my parents are not going back.
Oh, and how old were you?
Oh, I don't know. I must have been young, probably about 7 or so, maybe 6 or 7. I don't remember exactly. I wasn't over. I was somewhere between 6 and 8. I don't remember exactly, but I just remember that happening.
Aww.
But we used to do a lot of different trips. We used to go to I remember once we went to Carowinds, we were kind of hooked on Carowinds. And so, you know, my mom would be like, well, where do y'all want to go? We'd be like, Carowinds. Again, y'all don't want to go nowhere else? No, we want to go to Carowinds. So we went to Carowinds a lot. And I remember one time we went to, we were heading up to New Jersey to see my uncle, and we stopped a lot of different places along the way. I think we stopped at King's Dominion. Did I mention them already? We stopped in King's Dominion and a couple of other places just to kind of, you know, make it the trip not seem so long. And so that kind of stuck out to me. So I don't know. What about you, Britt?
I traveled a lot when I was a kid. My mom loved to travel. But most memorable trips would have to probably be like Disney. We had a timeshare in Kissimmee, so we would go to Kissimmee, Florida every summer. So Disney, SeaWorld, done all those. Still have a good time. What else? Of course, my family is Costa Rican, so we would go to Costa Rica often to visit my grandparents. But in 10th grade, I went to France. I took French in high school. So our, what is it called? Second language trip, right? Like the kids who took Spanish went to Argentina, and people who took French went to France. So I went to Paris, Eiffel Tower, Nice, Brussels, the whole nine. And that was memorable because I went by myself with my classmates. I felt like I was grown. Oh my God. So I was like the only Black girl. So obviously God took French and the rest of my friends were in Spanish class. But anyway, they were smoking cigarettes, and that was like my first time like trying to smoke a cigarette. And I was like, this is cool. But
Right.
choking. But other than that,
as I'm choking, this is cool.
But I brought back like so many what I thought was silk scarves from my mom and my aunt. And they were like, girl, this ain't real silk.
Did you buy those from one of the street vendors?
Yeah, in 10th grade. You couldn't tell me. I was bringing souvenir back, honey. I'm one of those kind of people. I'm bringing you something back. So I was spending my money on them. Girl, I think I was bringing back silk scarves. That was hilarious. But
It's
yeah,
the thought that count.
it was. But yeah, I had a great time. Great experiences. Lots of different countries. We used to go on cruises as well. You know, 7-day cruises. Every day you get to explore a new country. What else? So yeah, I've had a good travel childhood. But I was also the baby in the family, so my mom only had to get my ticket versus my husband and I. We have like 4 kids, so they don't go anywhere because it's 1, 2, 3, 4 too many. But yeah.
Yeah, it's a difference when you're a family of 4 versus like basically one child, family of 1 with you know, because your siblings are older. So it's a difference.
Yes.
Yeah. So I want to know, like, when I travel, there are certain things that I just need to have with me, or that are there certain things that's like, okay, I have to make sure I pack this with me when I go. Who wants to talk about what's in your bag?
Well, I just spoke, so let's let LaRamsey go first.
Okay, LaRamsey.
What's in my bag? So I have to have that poopery spray. And now due to COVID, Lysol wipes, Lysol spray.
Yes. You know I like me some good spray.
Yeah, you sure do. You sure do, girl. You almost sprayed me out of the room. And just turned around and did the same thing to my husband and dog.
I be trying to spray me out of the room too. And I had my candle on the candle warmer and she was spraying. I was like, we about to die.
And listen, this was pre-COVID. So imagine how it was during COVID.
So I can say when I travel, I like to bring my candle and my candle warmer because just different places just smell stuffy. It smells like somebody was just in here before me. You know, so I just want to like make it smell like home or make it smell like a vacation. Also like my own little satin pillowcase, you know, for my skin and my hair, you know, that's what I bring. What else I bring? My own soaps, of course. Like I don't like hotel soaps. They'll stay right where they put them. I don't touch their stuff at all. And of course, cleaning products. You know, you got to give the bathroom a good wipe down before you use it. So, and that's before COVID. Right. Been bougie, been cleaning.
Yeah, I think for me, definitely the lights, the spray, something to keep the room a little clean. I have to have like whatever my favorite sunglasses are. They have to come with me. Also earbuds. That's something that I have to have because I like to tune out sometimes, especially like if I'm flying somewhere. Don't bother me, please. I just want to get where I'm going. So, you know, I have to have my earbuds. I think that's pretty much it. Of course, I bring my own, you know, bath products, whatever, things like that. But like music, so like I have my music on my phone. So like earbuds, definitely like cleaning stuff to get the room clean a little bit. And definitely like my sunglasses or whatever. And usually I do like at least one pair of like fashionable sneakers that I want to wear. Yeah.
So, oh, sorry.
That's okay.
I was like, speaking of sneakers, are you an overpacker or do you go by the 2 outfits per day rule? How do you pack?
So it depends on where I'm going and how long I'm going. If I know that it's a shorter trip, I'm more of a 2 outfit a day. You're good to go. But of course, I always have like extra, like, you know, your essential stuff, like undergarments, things like that. But I try to minimize on that way. If it's somewhere I'm going to be longer, then I'm more likely to carry more. So it just depends on how long I'm going and how far away I'm going. Because if it's somewhere far that I might not be able to get certain things where I'm at that I'm used to, then I'm definitely going to make sure I have extra things so I won't have to worry about missing something.
The only place that I pack light going is Atlanta because I'm going to raid my sister's closet and I'm like, I have no pants, so I'll just get one of her, no shirt. She's like, damn, did you bring anything? I'm like, no.
Right. So like if you have that, that's the built-in plan. Like, oh, okay, I can just get our stuff.
Yeah. But I'm also an indecisive person, so I would overpack and bring more stuff. I just don't know what I want to wear this day. I may feel like this. So yeah, definitely an overpacker. I'll definitely have like 4 pairs of jeans in there. I'm like, all right, why do I have so much jeans in my bag? But yeah, I'm an overpacker.
You're one of those.
Ooh, I got one better for you. So when you stay at a hotel, Airbnb, whatever, do you unpack all of your clothes or do you live out of the suitcase?
Why do people unpack their stuff? Are you moving there? I know somebody in particular, I know for sure on here, unpacks like they're moving in. Evidently, it's 2 people on here that does that. I don't do that. This is a short period of time. I'm going to be here.
Well,
I'm just going to take out what I need.
Hold a minute. Let me tell you why I do it. That way I can.
No, come on, tell me.
Especially if I can hang it up. My stuff isn't wrinkled, and then so I know what I've already worn. And as I wear clothes, I put them in my suitcase, so I can separate the dirty from the clean.
Oh, okay.
That's why I do it.
Now I'm definitely for hanging. I'm definitely for hanging clothes that should be hung. Definitely for hanging them up. But like my regular stuff, I leave in there, and I usually I'm what I do is I'm the thief of the bag, the laundry bag. You know, in the closet in the room, there's usually like the little bag that you can.
Oh, I bring my own.
Yeah, we bring our own.
Okay. Well, I guess because I'm used to taking it, I just take it myself, and so I'll grab that and put my stuff in there to the side as I go.
But I definitely like to lay my toiletries out. You know, I want to my face creams, like
You're moving in.
Huh?
You're moving in.
Just my toiletries. I can live out my bag, but I need to see my face. I don't want to keep like shaking in my bag trying to find my stuff. Like that is annoying. Let me just lay it out.
Now that I don't do. I don't, because number one, it depends on how big the counter spaces are. And if it's small, I don't want my stuff to be in there when my husband goes in there. I like my stuff, I pack it all up. So I have my little toiletry bag that I always keep everything in.
Oh, my husband is definitely the neat person. He hates it. Like even home now, he puts our toothbrush, toothpaste, everything under the sink. Like he wants nothing on the sink. I'm like, well, I gotta look under the sink to find my toothbrush.
I bought Ricky a caddy and he still don't use it like he's supposed to. So whenever the cleaning lady come, I feel like I clean for 2 hours before they get here.
You know, that's what we do. We clean before the cleaning people come. I think that's a Black woman thing.
You see when they said Black people season everything, they even season the carpet before they vacuum.
Yeah, I saw that meme.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, I saw that.
Gotta keep it fresh.
Well, and did you see the other one? We like the only ones that go buy a whole new wardrobe before we go on vacation.
For real, you have to budget in the wardrobe. Like, okay,
Hair.
Yeah.
Hey, girl.
Nails, pedicure,
toes,
eyebrows, everything.
Yeah.
The works.
Yeah.
The
you have to make
works.
a prep budget.
Right.
Right.
We spend money before we even get to the destination.
Right.
You said, let me get a water, please. I done spent all my money just trying to get here.
Right. And you need the free one that come with the room.
Right.
Oh, make sure it's free. Don't get
Right.
caught up with $8 water.
That word complimentary.
Right.
But I will say for us, it also depends on the mode of travel. So if I am flying by myself, then I try to, maybe one check bag and then everything else in a carry-on. I learned that the hard way, and I make sure I have my clean, at least one outfit, pajamas, and some clean underwear for a couple of days because I was stuck in Montreal on a work trip. They lost our bags and I didn't know any better. So I'm walking around with sandals in September. Montreal is nice and warm during the day, but at night I had on a velour sweatsuit. That was all I had. And they gave me a Delta.
With your sandals.
Girl, let me do you one better. My coworker, I learned a lot of things from him about him that trip. He had tattoos all up and down his body. I said, oh, I didn't know you had all those tattoos, because he came with these skin tight jean shorts with the fold up, a flannel shirt, and this was us walking around. He white. The two of us walking around Montreal together the whole time. I said, oh Lord, we're gonna have to get some clothes because we look crazy.
I know y'all look way out of place.
Huh?
I know y'all look way out of place. Like, they're not from around here.
Well, if I could show you some of the pictures of the other people, but yes, we looked a mess.
That
we
is
look like
hilarious.
yesterday.
So did you recover your stuff? Did they ever find it?
They delivered everything to us the morning of, and thankfully we were at a conference, and we had our clothes before.
Oh, thank goodness.
It really started, but we were cold. We didn't have a coat.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shorts. Jean shorts.
Oh, yeah. My mom definitely taught me that. Always pack like at least one outfit in your carry-on just in case they lose your bag. So yeah.
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 So speaking of carry-ons, are y'all like a carry-on or like, I have to have a check bag?
Ooh. It depends. Like where we're going, how long we going, mode of transportation, it works.
Yep. And for me, Ricky gets free bags.
Must be nice.
He gets free check bags. And so if I'm traveling with him, then yeah, we're gonna have a check bag and a carry-on.
Right.
I was a little disappointed that United, their lowest fare, they don't allow you to have a carry-on. That kind of ticked me off. I was like, really?
That's a new thing for them. That's
it is.
You can't have a carry-on?
Yeah,
Not for the lowest fare.
I used to fly United all the time, and I would mainly do a carry-on. I'm the queen of a carry-on. If I can get everything in a carry-on, I'm going to try it, just because I don't want the risk of losing things like y'all mentioned. But like it also depends on how long. If it's, I think I can probably get 5 days in the carry-on.
Yeah, me too. In a nice duffel.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and your new bag? Well, it's not new anymore.
Yes. I have
Who, me?
me.
Oh,
Yeah, I have this really nice backpack that's huge that holds a lot of stuff.
come on, backpack.
Yeah. So it's very convenient, especially if you get to the airport and it has a nice cushion. I did a whole review on it. Maybe I'll post it one day too.
Oh,
Accent.
it sounds expensive.
She did it. No, it's not expensive. She did it in a British accent.
Hilarious.
It was something fun. Yeah, so I try to get my stuff on the carry-on just because I don't like once I get where I'm going, I want to go. I hate to have to wait, and you gotta wait for them to get processed all the stuff, and then here come the little bam, bam, bam. When they start writing your stuff to them, I'm like, oh, okay, where's my stuff? Let me get it. But yeah, so I don't know.
And it depends on the airport. Right. And the time of day, because sometimes, even though Atlanta Airport is one of the largest airports, busiest, if you're coming in late at night, if I'm coming back from somewhere, I don't mind. I'll check everything. I'm like, I don't care if it gets lost at this point, except for my purchases. Like if I bought something, I don't believe in I had one of our sorors, she had a bunch of expensive things in her bag, and the people basically took her bag, pulled the stuff out, left outside of the airport, pulled all her stuff out, and then brought it back and put it back on the.
That was awful. That took a lot of time.
Yeah. But yeah, like you said, I definitely try to, if I'm buying souvenirs, especially if they're a little expensive or whatever, I definitely try and get those in my carry-on, because I don't want to risk, them being stolen or lost or something like that. So I definitely do that.
Yeah, and we'll be on the train for a couple of our trips, so I'm bringing my backpack.
That I want to do. That's something I want to do. I want to do up the East Coast on the train. I hear in the fall, I hear it is beautiful just to see.
Sounds nice.
Yeah. Just the sights you see, and with the fall coming in, and it's just, I hear it's really, really nice. So I want to do that. That's on my list. I got a lot of things on my list.
Nice.
Especially now, I did take a poll to find out, since the CDC said if you have your vaccination that you can go outside. They already said you can go outside without your mask, which if I'm going walking and I'm not going to be around people, I don't put on a mask. Mm-hmm. I don't see the point. But now they're saying if you're vaccinated, in an effort to encourage those others, that you can go inside now. I'm still going to wear a mask inside just because it just right now I think I'm kind of trained.
Me too. And I think this is random and disgusting, but walking in those public bathrooms, you were just breathing in all this stink. Girl, I'm keeping my mask.
And my other thing is there going to be a vaccination monitor? I mean,
because how the hell we gonna know who got it, who don't got it?
Yeah,
right. It's
right. Well, they said the honor system.
I was about to say, we're on the honor system. Did you get it? Okay.
Yep. No, and I don't trust folks, so that's why I'm gonna keep my mask on.
Yes.
Unless I'm free and clear.
Yeah. Yes. If I'm, like you said, if I'm out walking or something like that, I still will have my mask with me in case I walk past somebody or whatever, and then I'll pull it up and take it back off.
Can you imagine somebody walking next to you, they put their mask on?
I go all in the street.
you avoid them.
And they do it too.
I wouldn't be offended if someone did that to me. I think it's an understandable thing. And not only that, I'm not just protecting myself, I'm protecting you, because you don't know
what I got.
You know what I mean? So I would hope that no one would get offended by that. I mean,
I think that we should keep the mask on. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Right.
Yeah.
I definitely intend to keep on wearing my mask. So as you're traveling, I know you've kind of mentioned some plans you have coming up. You intend to wear your mask?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. And for starters, I don't think they've let go of or lax some of their requirements. They're not saying right now, just because the CDC said it, they're not saying, oh, you don't have to wear a mask. I know some states are, but the airlines, I haven't heard them say no mask right now.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I agree.
I'll be wearing mine until the end of the year or later.
Same.
Right.
Same.
And definitely, probably, you know, I don't really intend to go in any large gatherings, but I think that may be something that I incorporate as closed in large gatherings. Not like if I'm in a town and there's a lot of people. I see La Ramsey's giving me a look.
No,
but,
not you. I just know me.
Oh.
Going to large gatherings, concerts, football games, basketball games, and I'm gonna have my mask on.
Yeah, I definitely will be wearing my mask. You know, and I don't know, that's an indefinite thing for me. I may drop back down to my one mask. You know, I've been double masking it for a while.
Double masking.
So I may drop down to my one, but you know, I'm definitely gonna be wearing a mask.
Absolutely. Yeah, me too. Me too.
Any final travel trip tips that you all could give to our viewers, our listeners?
You know, make sure you do your research about where you're going, plan accordingly, have fun, stay safe, wear your mask.
Now, Ramsey?
Yeah, I would say the same thing. And what I loved about the poll results were a lot of people said, I didn't see anyone say that they're not going anywhere. Now that with all of the new rules, I even saw a lot of people like Britt that are saying they're going overseas or out of the country. I'm not quite ready just because I don't feel like doing any international travel. I don't want to be in the plane that long. After sitting in the house for so long, I don't want to sit in the plane for so long.
I get it, yeah. So the poll saying what now exactly?
The poll, they were basically saying whether or not they were going to go out or not. Are they going to go outside? Are they going to travel now that the CDC has put out their new guidance? And a lot of people said, I'm still going to wear my mask, but I am going to go. I saw a lot of people going on international trips, getting their passport stamped. So I'm like, go ahead. I'll be right there with you, just not the passport.
Yeah, I mean, you can go a lot of places right now for a lot cheaper.
Yes.
You have the opportunity, you know, for folks that are okay with that, and you have the opportunity, you know, why not?
Yeah, but those prices are going up.
Yeah, so you really have to jump on it if you want to do anything like that. I think my tip would be just to enjoy, but be safe. If you're going somewhere you haven't been before, try places you can't get at home. How about that?
Oh, we didn't even talk about that.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing. Like you go on a trip and then you just want chicken fingers. That was like a whole
annoying.
Yeah. So like, and just embrace the experience. You know, sometimes people go places and it's such a closed mind. Just be open to the new environment and you know, not non-judgmental. Those would be mine.
Yeah, but I would say even with that, we don't know everybody's budget. And so some people that might be what they can afford. But what I've learned is even when it comes to fast food chains, all around the world, you get something different, a different type of menu. Some places they have sushi at the McDonald's. They have different things that you wouldn't necessarily be able to get. And the service is different. So it's pretty cool. Like McDonald's in Germany, they have hot dogs and sauerkraut and various waffle fries and things that we don't have here. Even their burgers.
That's what I mean.
Right.
You can't get it at home.
Right.
You know, but we should keep in mind people's budgets. But I mean, like if you're going to McDonald's and they have a different menu, sure, you want to try that out, you know. But you know, I think if you're even there are plenty of fast food chains that may not be in your local area if you're on a budget like that. try one, a fast food restaurant that is not available in your local area, just so you can have a different experience.
Yeah. Yeah, and we did, there was a someone did that on their timeline a few months ago. And their thing was they have kids and they got picky eaters. So they don't want to ruin their trip just because little John don't want to eat
Right.
something fancy.
That's
Child.
like an old episode of the Cosby Show I was watching just the other day, and Dr. Huxtable took the kids to this fancy restaurant, and the kids got all dressed up and everything, and they just were not feeling the menu. He even tried to get them to make like hamburgers and stuff, but they were still like these upscale hamburgers.
But they look nasty.
They were like, "Oh, why are they so big?" So,
Yeah.
And what's his name said? I don't like Croutons.
Croutons. Yes, croutons. Calling croutons.
That's funny.
have Croutons on it.
But I don't like Croutons.
So you do have to keep those things in mind when you're traveling with kids. Yeah, but so I don't know. Anything else? Any other tips?
I know the tea is brewing and it's mighty hot this week.
Yeah.
Leave any comments down for your tips for travel. If you're watching this on YouTube. But right now we're going to get ready to sip some tea. I'm going to switch over from my lemonade to some tea because I think the tea is hot with Brittany. And I'm going to turn it over now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the LaBRITTory Report. And today's topic, girl code. So I know we all saw Porsha Williams in the news, now engaged to Falynn's ex-husband. So before I jump into that, I just want to know, what is the girl code in your little small circle? Do you date friends, exes? Like, they've been to your house, are they considered a friend? It's so many rules, but let me just hear real quick you guys' thoughts.
I don't date coworkers' husbands. I don't date friends' husbands. And if I can help it, I think there's more than enough men in the world. But Porsha said, allegedly, that ain't her friend.
So that brings me to my next point, but go ahead, Ari, I'll let you answer.
I was just going to say, I make it a practice not to date anyone's husband. It's just
Right. Shut up.
So that. But if a friend of mine is dated, I'm not going to date their ex. I think that sometimes people use the term friends loosely, just because we have some things in common, some same, if we work in the same field or we're involved in the same organizations, that does not necessarily make us friends. So I think you have to have a clear understanding of what a friend is, but you should always tread lightly in those situations. And I think that that's kind of where I am on that. Definitely friends, people who I consider friends. Yeah, I'm not about to date your ex.
Well, y'all know we live in the boonies, so if you ever came to my house, you're considered a friend, right? And if you came to my house 3 times, you can't be talking to my husband. Like, I just feel like because she went to her house, he should have been off limits.
So did she go to, I'm trying to remember because I'm wondering, so did she go to her house or was she invited to her house by someone else? Because that's the difference.
I got you. Hold on.
Okay.
I got you.
Get us together, Bob Ramsey.
And this is straight from the Shade Room.
Okay.
Falynn, nice to meet you. We brought a bottle. And this is my sister.
Nice to meet you.
Your home is beautiful, Falynn. Thank you so much.
We're so excited.
All right.
Putting on our best behavior.
Hi, ladies. How are you?
This is my husband, Simon, everyone. How are you?
You're
good? Boom, boom. Yes.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Thank you
definitely.
for coming.
And I see you laid it out for us.
This is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Solid.
I see you laid it out for us.
Mm. Yeah.
It just ain't doing it ain't giving what it's supposed to give.
So who invited her to Fallon's house? What did she invite Tanya to come with her to Fallon's house? Is that what that was showing? Okay.
I feel like that part doesn't matter because I feel like she has been in Fallon's house more than one time, right? Like they went to the Halloween party, they went to this pool party. Fallon came over to her Black Panther party. Y'all done did a lot of things.
Question.
Go ahead.
Are they friends or are they co-workers though?
So they're co-workers, but it's more like Falynn is a contractor. Because apparently from what I've been told or from what I read is they had been approaching her, the producers, for quite some time. And Falynn kept saying no, she wasn't interested.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually she said yes. And so that was how they brought her in onto the show. They weren't really friends. That's just how they staged it, allegedly.
and I'm just playing devil's advocate here because, you know, for filming purposes, they're at these different locations. Does that mean that when the cameras aren't rolling, that they're hanging out, that they're going to each other's homes, or is it just for the show?
I got one better for you. I am not taking pictures with people who are not considered friends and posting them all of my social media, calling us crazy, sexy, cool. So they was friends.
Well, they had a business deal. Remember, everyone said that her husband apparently worked with, they had some business dealings with Dennis. That's what the streets were saying.
But then that's even worse. You ain't talking to your baby daddy business partner.
Yeah.
I was just saying I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, that was part of it too. I don't know. I feel like Porsha is a very beautiful woman, very attractive. I feel like she could probably get anybody that she wanted. So to me, it's giving off desperate. And I'm like, you have no reason to be desperate. You know what I mean? Like, so she was my favorite. But this season, you know, with her and allegedly Bolo, she's been giving me ratchet girl on the girls trip vibes, and I don't like it. Well, before we get to Bolo, I mentioned, right, that Porsha was my favorite housewife. So like hearing this in the news just gives me desperate, and I just feel like she's so attractive that she doesn't have to be so desperate. She can get anybody that she wants, you know, like, but this is real hypocritical. The man worth 40 mil.
That was the man she wanted, honey.
Listen, I might break girl code for 40 mil. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, but we don't know how much he's worth now because that could have been his divorce allegedly is not final.
Oh, you're right.
So we don't know what Falynn is getting in the deal, and I don't know if they had children together. I think they just were a blended family. Was that what it was? They were only married 2 years?
Something like that. So speaking of Falynn, did you guys see that old clip 2 years ago where she proposed in the bowling alley?
Oh, that's an old clip.
Yeah, someone said it was 2 years ago.
I'm confused because wasn't she?
Yeah.
So she wasn't married to Simon 2 years ago, allegedly?
Yeah, these women are just too beautiful for all these shenanigans.
Who did she propose to? Simon?
No.
He looks like Soldier Boy.
That was at a bowling alley, honey, with Christmas music.
So was this
drunk?
She proposed to him.
So was this right? Was this how in relation to when she got married to Simon? What was the time frame?
See, I don't know. Allegedly, it was 2 years ago. I have no idea. But she looks the same.
Well, did you hear some of the allegations right now?
No.
She apparently cheated on Simon.
Oh, yeah, girl. I heard that too. This is just a lot of going on.
And that Porsha may be pregnant. I mean, that's another part of the...
Yes.
Stuff.
So I was on social media and someone posted a picture or like a video where she was going to like cuff her stomach. You know, like a pregnant woman would cuff their stomach, and she kind of did something else with her hands. So I think she is pregnant.
Well, and she's smart enough to be calculated.
So you think that this is why she's now engaged? You think if these allegations are true, then you think that is why she is engaged to him?
Yes.
Maybe, and then
She is pulling a Phaedra.
Well, I pray this is another Dennis situation where they don't end up getting married.
oh,
She's gonna have two baby daddies. Ooh.
I mean, but they've only been dating for a month, and if he's allegedly still technically married, it's
Well,
and
girl,
she said
I would rather them get married and have the baby.
huh?
I would rather them get married and have the baby.
No, I would never tell somebody you should get married just because you're having a baby.
No. I was saying that it seemed to me like you were saying it was too short of a time of them knowing each other for them to get married. And I'm saying that the detrimental part of it is already done. Like, you don't know someone's family background before you have a child with them. A marriage could be a no, but once a baby's here with schizophrenia, like, because the uncle on the daddy side, there's nothing you can do about that.
Well, the baby might come out looking like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, but I mean,
right.
This is at this point.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie, but the picture with him and Porsha, I was like, oh, he's kind of cute because he had the shades on, you know, look like just so old and mature. But then I saw another picture. I said, oh, but really, Porsha got a type because him and Dennis got the same little build going on.
Yeah.
Yep, Bondi Blue said she just traded in the son for the daddy.
Oh.
Girl. Well, how about this other woman that he had sporting around in his car?
She was so weird.
With her wig on, allegedly.
Yeah, and I was kind of confused. I was confused because they made it seem like she stopped following Porsha, allegedly, but I wasn't sure who she stopped following.
This is a
but
mess.
word on the street. That's what Bondi Blue said.
This is a mess.
It's a whole lot.
What I can say is Porsha is making me reconsider all the feelings I had for Kenya this season regarding her sleeping with the stripper, just doing the most.
No.
I believe Kenya.
No. It doesn't make
you don't think Porsha stuff a bolo?
No, that's not what I mean.
Oh.
To me, that doesn't make Kenya justified. In my opinion, I think Kenya just was doing the most. I think it was unnecessary what she was doing. And if Porsha wanted to engage and have sexual relations with the stripper, she's a grown woman and she's free to do so.
Girl, you can't be having sexual relations with the stripper at work.
That's a controversy.
Where
it really at work? Like the cameras were off. That's the whole big controversy. Like the cameras were off.
But I feel like she did not care if the cameras are on or off because you know that they are taping. Very seldom do all the cameras go off. It's always that one camera.
I really think she thought that they were done. I really think that she thought that they'd covered all the cameras and that, you know, they were on their own. I really think she thought that. And then when she had relations with him, none of that was recorded. None of the sounds. Only thing we saw was Bolo leaving at 7-something in the morning. Kenya was the one who came back and said that she heard all of these sounds, and then she starts asking around other people, did you hear some sounds? Sound like people having an orgy and blah, 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 blah. Why was that like, okay?
So I definitely feel like she drugged the issue, you know, like she made it more than what it was. It was very uncomfortable, you know, at the time. I'm just saying, in hindsight, I won't put it past Porsha now.
But what does it have? What past Porsha? What does one have to do with the others? I'm trying to figure out. What are you saying you want put past her?
Her ratchetness, her sexual fluidity, or whatever you want to call it, the sleeping around, allegedly.
Yeah, but we always, just from watching the show, we know after she got a divorce, it seemed like she was all the way out there and free and doing.
No, you're right.
And she is a single woman.
You
And
sound just like
she's
her
the same.
at the reunion.
Now there are some things that I will hope that she would consider counseling for, because she did say on an earlier episode, she finally, I didn't know until she mentioned it, that she had some level of daddy issues. And she felt hurt because of the level of attention that her sister received from her father, being that, what was it? Allegedly, he left her mom for her sister's mom and was actually a family with them. So I think she's still dealing with a lot of that. That marriage, the first marriage, wasn't great at all. And I think she's just trying to find herself. And yeah, she might need some counseling.
I agree.
But
yeah, she might.
I don't think she even have a baby if she is pregnant. If she's pregnant, I don't think she meant it. I think she just wanted the attention. $1 million man.
I don't know. I think she's intentional with stuff like that.
Really?
I think that if she is pregnant, that she wanted to be pregnant. That's just my thought. I think that when she got pregnant with Pilar, is that a good girl's name?
Mm-hmm. Pilar Janae.
Yeah, I think that that was intentional as well. So I well,
she did say that.
Yeah, so I don't feel that the pregnancy, and if this is a pregnancy, that it was an oops. I think that it was intentional. But back to the father, I didn't know that they had different mothers until they started talking about that. So I thought that was interesting because the mother is so accepting of the sister. She's always around. And so they seem to have a pretty good relationship. So that surprised me.
And they all look like,
yeah. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah. So I definitely think that maybe she could benefit from some counseling, but I think that after her marriage, she's just been like feeling free, and she's single and is doing what she wants to do, and she's within her rights as a single woman to do that. Now, when we're talking about the whole Falynn situation, it makes me wonder when her alleged relationship began with him. Were they still together? Those sorts of things, because I'm not for the adultery. So
did you see this? Please tell me you saw this.
Let me see.
So, it's going to make for some very interesting TV, because you heard she has her own show coming out.
A 3-part
series. Yep.
3-part series.
Oh, really? Porsha?
Yep. Airing this summer, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Is it all for TV? Is this all for TV? Because I found it ironic that all of this came out right after the season wrapped, and right before we're getting into this other show. Is it a stunt?
Well,
I don't put stuff past people.
Did you hear the rumors? There were several rumors saying that she was leaving the show.
Oh no.
Yeah.
The only person that I heard that about was Candy. Candy was considering. That's the only person I heard.
Yeah, I heard that.
How did you, since we're talking about the reunion, how did you ladies feel about Drew Sidora?
There was a turning point.
In the season, there was a turning point that just kind of exploded during the reunion.
Wait a minute. One of Bondi Blue's followers said, "Did Drew Sidora know that her friend was Delilah?"
Right. Exactly. And it's like blocking my baby blessing, blah, 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 blah. I'm just like, she was reaching. She was just really reaching, like, move on. Like, find somebody else. Like, if these people feel like they don't want to be involved because he's involved, cut him and let them know that you don't agree with his behavior either. And you are going to remove him from involvement and would still like them to be there.
Right.
I mean, it's simple.
It was the cassette player for me.
Right. Come on now.
Because we have found that in.
Right.
Giving real 1990s vibes.
How about the oh, go ahead.
No, the joke about the fact that she didn't have it queued up,
Yeah.
so she couldn't prove her point.
She got to come with better receipts. And what did we really learn?
Not a damn thing.
That she was kind of crazy.
That she was very much so crazy with her fine husband.
Ain't he fine?
He is. But ladies, I have a question, and especially since Britt, you're the fashionista. What did you think about the fashions? As Funky
Let
Daddy
me see. I feel like everyone minus Candy and Marlo was doing what had to be done.
Okay.
Cynthia looks great. Kenya always. Porsha flawless. Drew looked amazing this season. Candy is always a hit or miss with me. Like, I didn't like the bang situation. I didn't like that. Marlo with this half naked, proving that you got lipo outfit. Like, oh, totally hated hers. Oh my God, I can't even. Oh, my throat.
So let me give some context to that. What I found out, because I watched Candy speak on it, she was talking about how the whole theme was supposed to be the dungeon theme. So that's why you see her with this outfit, kind of dominatrix type outfit, the leather or pleather, whatever you want to call it, type outfit. So when you put it in that context, then I understand why she had on the outfit that she had on. I still did not like the hair, but I get why she had the outfit that she had on, and Marlo as well, because they were playing into the dungeon theme, whereas the other ladies was just going for the traditional reunion look, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I didn't really care for Drew's dress, but anyway.
I thought her dress was fun, but Bravo, they used the most unflattering pictures when they were showing them, because they took better pictures. Even Candy, she took better pictures than what they're showing here.
Yeah.
I think this is the best that Drew's looked all season.
I mean, overall, yes. But I mean, when just looking at this picture, if she's going for the look that Porsha, Kenya, and Cynthia has, I think it's a fail for me. I just, not a fail, but I like her outfit the least. And I'm leaving Candy out because Candy was going with the theme of the reunion, which was the what you call it? The dungeon. The dungeon. So I'm excluding her in that. So when I look at those dresses in comparison, it's like, I'm not feeling it really as much. But what was so funny to me was,
and I got a funny moment too.
Marlo calling Shamia the girl I'm coming to America, and she did look just like her. What's her name? I can't think of her name on the movie, but Vanessa Bell Calloway. Oh my gosh, in Coming to America.
Look just like her.
It was so funny. She looked just like her. The hair and everything.
But you know what? She kind of favors her though, if you think about it.
Can we talk about Shamia for a second? She seemed to be doing
Wait, before we get to Shamia, I watch Housewives on Hulu, and they have these little segments like watch with, you can watch it with Sheree or watch it with whoever. And this one particular episode is watching it with Drew and a lady off Married to Medicine. I can't remember which one, but she said to her, she was like, if Eva was your friend, why didn't she tell you anything about wardrobe? And I died laughing. Like, she basically agreed that her whole style was just trash. She's like, the makeup looked good here. The hair, she was just reading her. I was like, and Drew was like, you're right.
That sounds like Dr. Heavenly.
What is it? I'm gonna tell you who it is. It's not Heavenly. She's the skinnier ones, shorter. Hold on.
Oh,
Katie. I much prefer Married to Medicine LA, but anyway.
I like Atlanta.
What is it? Toya.
Oh. Skinnier one.
Her face is like,
Toya really looks like Rudy to me from Off the Huxtables, but anyway.
She do.
When I first saw her, I was like, is that Rudy? Anyway.
I can get Rudy.
No, she don't have Rudy mouth. Toya mouth is ridiculous.
I mean, how she looks, not her personality, her looks.
What were you going to say about Shamia?
I was just saying, like, she was just doing the most a little bit this season. Like, she had a lot of comments to make about, like somebody said, did she have to be like the little pit bull? Like,
Right.
People can manage on their own. They've been doing it without you stepping up like that this season. So I don't know why you felt like maybe she's trying to make herself have a better presence in the show. But I was just like, what's going on with her? Like, she kept making comments about Marlo and all, just different.
But at this point, Marlo doesn't need to be on the show because she's not no one's friend. She was Nene's friend.
She now has a friend in Kenya.
She said she's still looking like she don't all the way trust Kenya.
And she said that after Kenya said she trusts her.
Yeah. I think Marlo's always gonna give it to you 100%. I just think that's her. Now I think her and Candy are pretty cool.
No, she need to go.
Well, and then I think she rubbed me the wrong way. Number one, when they had company,
right?
And she was acting up. Oh, she was on one. At the beginning, she was great, and then she shifted to. It's so funny. Like everybody shifted. Porsha shifted last week.
Yeah, so let's talk. When you say we had company, you're talking about when they were was Big Frida.
Yes. And then I didn't like how Marlo came for Porsha at the reunion, and she was like, you know, I know more stuff. Like I don't like friends like that, right? Like
I agree that that's not the way I would have played it, but I think her thing was, you are my friend, and I came to you and I asked you about something, and you flat out lied to me, and so now I'm just like completely done with you, and I want to call you. Now I'm not saying that that's how I would have handled it, but I think that's why she was saying like she felt like Porsha lied to her.
Yeah, but she asked her on the show. That's different than you calling me up when we're not filming to ask me about it. At that point, they had already fallen out because they were starting to fall out even way back after her and Kenya made up on that trip. They were falling out. And Marlo, you know, that's girl code. You break girl code. Just because we're not friends anymore doesn't mean that you can go out and talk and trash my name. If we were ever really friends, we'll take that stuff to grave, even if we ain't speaking.
And as friends, you have boundaries with your friends. You're not entitled to tell someone all your business. And for that reason right there, because this is what you do. So this is why you didn't get 100% honesty, because you at any given moment you be crossing the lines.
And she do that with everybody. As soon as she fall out with them, she tell all their business out in the street.
Right.
They told her, you need lipo. You need I was like, since when do we get to that level where it's acceptable to tell someone they need to have cosmetic surgery?
Right. Well, like y'all said, I think that, well, to Brittany's point about her no longer needing to be on the show, I think that a part of the reason why she is doing some of this is to try and make herself, you know, like why she should be on the show, or she's going to bring these type of things to the show. And, you know, honestly, they do look for a certain level of drama, even though it's annoying. And so that could be a part of why she's doing some of the things she's doing. But I agree, you know, girl code is girl code. But I think, and I don't agree with what she did. I'm just saying, giving a perspective on what she's saying. Like I told, you know, my friends, you lied to me. And she said that she texted her about it. And she never responded. Like, we need to talk. What's going on? And she never responded. And I don't remember her asking her in front of the camera, did it happen?
Yeah.
So she did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember when her and Kenya were kind of ganging up together at that point?
I wouldn't have said it then either.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
If you pull me to the side by myself, I'm more likely to tell a girl, yeah, I went down, than if you were with somebody that I don't even care for.
Right.
And you're asking me about this. I'm already on the defense because, whoa, I don't deal with her. Exactly. You're my friend and you're going to come to me and you're going to ask me about this, and you with this other person that I don't mess with like that.
Right.
Like,
and it could have been the recap conversation once you get back off the trip. Let me tell you everything that happened. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Like, in the moment when she saw that Kenya was accusing her and she saw that Porsha wasn't saying, if my friend is being accused and she ain't defending herself, I'ma just, it's a secret.
Where was your friend? Where was her friendship then?
Right.
You know, she should have been like, well, you know, back up off of her. She ain't, you know, she really not.
Like, leave my friend alone. She said she ain't do it. She ain't do it.
Right. But what she's doing is she's trying to. What'd you say?
Y'all talk about Shamia. I would want to ride at that friend like Shamia.
Right.
Yeah, Shamia ride or die, but she doing the most. I mean, but Shamia, this is the first time that she's ever given this behavior. Like, so I'm like, well, where's this coming from? If she had been like this consistently, then I would have been like, oh, that's Shamia. She's a rider. But now it's like all of a sudden she's being vocal.
Well, how about Tanya up and left?
Yo, Tanya went back to Canada and they never coming back. Tanya's like, I am gone. Like, goodbye, y'all. But it's like, first off, you inserted yourself somewhere that nobody else had inserted you. So you don't even know how to.
Like, I was in her room all night. Good.
Right.
Together.
Good.
That's like Clue when you put the stripper. You put all the pieces in the room. The incident happened in Porsha's room, and the people involved were Tanya and Bolo and Porsha. Like,
that's it.
You inserted yourself. Now we know. Yeah. So I don't, it's weird. I don't know why Andy didn't try and make her come back to the reunion, or if she declined, or they, because normally they have the friends. Has Tanya been to a reunion? I feel like she has.
Yeah,
so,
the virtual one especially, remember?
Yes, yes. So I think that Andy should have addressed that in the reunion and said, well, we extended an invitation to Tanya, but she declined something. But there wasn't any mention of that. And, quite interesting. But yeah.
You probably hit him with an NDA.
Right.
Probably.
Well, Andy, this was my response. I'm sending some documents from my attorney. Girl, you done screwed up on national TV and you put yourself at the scene of the crime. So you have nobody but yourself to blame all the way around. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Even though her situation never seemed quite right anyway with her boo.
Yes.
Forever.
Her life partner.
Right. Interesting. I'm gonna leave that alone because people make their own decisions about how they want to live their life. But I feel like she would want to be married. And so I just get that from her. Mm-hmm.
They're engaged, so of course she at some point. But did you hear with who was that was speaking about her and in vitro and all of that?
No.
Reunion, because they were asking were they close? I'm sorry, it wasn't the reunion, it was one of the after shows. I believe it was the after show, and it may have been Drew, Porsha, and Shamia. It was a two of them, and they asked, well, have you spoken with Tanya lately? And two of them were like, yeah, I called her. She called me. We talked. And then I want to say it was Shamia, but don't quote me on it, that mentioned, yeah, they talk all the time because they're also going through in vitro or, yeah. So I was like, okay.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Yeah. So, thoughts on LaToya? Like, okay, I was going to say this about LaToya. When LaToya, when she first came on the season, I was like, what happened, Lauren?
No, whenever I hear Toya or LaToya, I automatically think about she was an afterthought for me. So sorry, I was thinking of Married to Medicine.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so when she first came on, I was like, she's unnecessarily a mean girl. Like, she's just trying to stake her claim in here. But as the season went on, I just felt like people were unnecessarily attacking her a little bit. Like, the whole thing with Drew doing the most, like, that was just ridiculous. But one thing I could say is she kept me thoroughly entertained because her shade is quite hilarious. Quite hilarious. I mean, she'll be saying some things and I'd be like, oh, she's so wrong. But it's so funny. Even at the reunion, I was just dying laughing because she goes in.
Oh, as we wrap up, how did you ladies feel about the gift, the gag gift that Drew brought? Do you think she should compensate whoever was her gift recipient?
Well,
Who was it, Kenya?
Kenya. But it was tasteless. But Kenya got the wine, so it kind of worked out.
The
so
wine was $1,000?
Apparently, it was several bottles of wine.
Okay.
I don't think it valued up to that.
Wine, right?
I'm sorry.
Someone else brought the wine, didn't they?
Who brought the wine was
Mallory.
Cynthia's sister. But I'm saying who ended up getting it was Kenya. She ended up taking the wine.
So who didn't get a gift?
Drew.
Oh, she didn't get a gift. They took it back from her. Oh, they
Kenya,
took the wine from her.
Kenya took the wine and they stole it and left, basically. But
Mallory took the Baccarat perfume and the Gucci bag from her because that's what she got. Remember? She got Porsha's gift initially, and I think it was White Elephant, so Mallory was able to steal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think that's how.
But Kenya ended up with the wine, and Porsha and Drew ended up with nothing. So that kind of worked out, but I felt like it was tasteless. And I would have wished if she wanted to make a joke and do all of this, you should have had a real gift along with that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And at some point, Drew just became, she wasn't a factor at some point in time.
Yeah, I think she's trying to justify why she should continue to be on the show.
Right.
And I think that she has potential to be a good candidate for the show, but she just has to stop all that. Just live your life. I think she has enough going on in her life regularly without all the stunts that it could be enough to make her a valuable part of it.
Right.
I mean, she's actually a wife, and she has some issues with
Her husband actually went to Tampa.
Yes.
Well, family with the son and
yes.
Oh my God, we need to talk about that.
Below the belt with the whole Kenya thing. I thought that was below the belt. Children should be
below the belt.
Limit.
Yes.
At all times. And then she didn't even really apologize for it. So I mean, Kenya just gets on my nerves. Every time I try to work with her, she just makes me go backward. I'm like, come on, Kenya, can you do right? Toya forever. I hope she doesn't stay forever. Because I really thought sometimes it was unnecessary. And I get it. She attacked Drew a little too much, but then Drew went overboard. And it's like, okay, let this go, sweetie.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like you need to do a Kim Fields. You just unbothered by her.
Right.
But Kim Fields is actually and truly a seasoned and established actor. And what have you seen Drew on other than the game? I mean, so there's levels to even that. But I think that to me, Toya can be a drop-in from time to time. Kenya really rubbed me the wrong way the most of the season, even back to when she was planning that trip and they took that charter plane to South Carolina. And
dramatic.
All of that, and how she didn't have food and just
no food.
And ate them crab cakes. And
I'll eat today.
Look, she needs to take a class in Quad. She need to go see Quad about how to plate some food for your guests, plan food.
Right. Yeah. Even Drew did better with the New Orleans trip.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was interesting that they went on 3 trips in COVID this season, but 2 of them were I guess they were all kind of isolated.
Yeah, they was by themselves.
Like they were
Yeah.
But I don't ever remember going on 3 trips in one season ever, actually.
Me either.
It probably easier since they don't have events. Remember, everybody's supposed to plan an event or something.
Yeah.
So if you can't have really large events, you might as well
travel somewhere. That makes sense.
To keep it, and then that way you can film with everybody together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Falynn kind of hurt herself. She can go. And what I mean hurt herself in that she wasn't involved as much as I think she could have been. Like she brought her husband to South Carolina. Like
but
it was a girl trip.
But Ari, that makes me wonder. That makes me wonder though, why is it that she was so pressed to have her husband there? Was that his requirement? Or is that just how they function? And it makes me wonder, how will it be with Porsha moving forward? Is he controlling? Like
her first husband. like the first husband, who she alleged was controlling. So that's a good point. And we could go, but I'm going to go back to the daddy issue thing, but it could go back to some of that. It's a pattern. But anyway, I won't do that.
What if Porsha really wasn't in that room and it was Tanya and Bolo and Porsha was with Simon?
Girl, you reaching, because where was Falynn?
Falynn was asleep.
And if and allegedly she's a cheater, so she could have been.
How Mama Joy said, it was a plot that Ty came up with the bullshit.
Oh my God.
I want to know I gotta find that episode when she said it. Remember when was it the auntie or was it Mama Joyce? With Todd? It was Mama Joyce.
I'm pretty sure it was Mama Joyce, because Mama Joyce could stand Todd ass for a long time.
She still can't stand Todd.
But y'all, I'm gonna say this, and I ain't gonna get too much. But a word on the street in Atlanta is that Blaze is a miss. And I don't know if it's just because they're still working out, you know. Yeah, and it's still kind of new, but they're like, some people were saying that these positive reviews must be left by employees because
damn.
That has not been their experience. And actually, I was looking forward to going to Blaze. It looks like a good time, but I don't know, after hearing that. I was like, oh.
You need to go and make your own assessment.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I definitely would, but you know, that's just a little sidebar thinking about
that is hilarious. Well, ladies, that's all I had for this evening.
Well, the tea was very hot, so thank you.
You are welcome. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next episode. Deuces.